There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're in a 2023 BMW M2. This is the automatic transmission, and we have the S58 engine. This is the same engine from the M4, but it is detuned, making 453 horsepower, 406 pound-feet of torque. Base price on these is at $62,000, but this one option today is right around $67K. And with that said, let's see how she drives. Now, a lot of you, I'm sure, are going to be wanting to compare this car to that car right there, the GR Supra, which now you can get in manual, and we do have some videos on that, link in the description. That car has a 97-inch wheelbase. This one is around 10 to 11 inches longer, around 108. But this car is also much heavier. We're at 3,800 pounds, which is 300 pounds heavier than the prior gen M2. Supra is also substantially lighter than this. With the manual transmission, you'd save around 50 pounds. But today, on track, we got the auto. It is a slush box, but ZF makes, at least tuned by BMW, fantastic slush boxes.
Caught me off guard a little bit that you need to shift a little before redline, otherwise you run into this issue.
Be careful, there's a chicane coming up.
Okay. Ooh, there we go.
It's slippery right there. Feel it. Good.
Yep.
This lap is admittedly quite boring. This is my first time driving this track, and it's the morning, cold car, cold tires, and I'm new to it, so please bear with me. The next lap that we have later in the video is going to be a little more exciting.
Now today we're driving in sport mode. We can't go too crazy in terms of reducing traction and such, but already with these cold tires, the car is pretty playful. The M2 has always been a bit of a brute, and that doesn't change with this generation. It's very willing to have a good time with you.
Motorcycle turn.
Although the weight, you can definitely feel this car is the 3,800 pounds. This car is getting M4-ified, if you know what I mean. It's only 4 inches shorter than the M4. It's longer, it's wider, also a little bit lower than the prior gen.
Easy on 14. We will take the straight.
All the current BMW M cars, whether that's the M3 Comp that I've also driven on track, you can check the link in the description for that review. This M2, they're all such capable vehicles. Although the weight, the heft, as these things get thicker and thicker each year, I mean, not to body shame, but I just feel like some of that light, nimble, playful energy from prior generations has been a little bit lost in the current gens. Very impressive from a technical standpoint. Very impressive vehicle. Still fun, still playful. Not getting as much steering feel as I would like. Transmission is very sharp. The shifts are quite sudden. They're a little bit harsh even, but I like that. It's sporty.
I do very much appreciate the seating position, the driver inputs in terms of the feel of the actual steering wheel and the paddle shifters. It feels very nice, it feels very intentional, and you can get nice and low on that seat.
Somebody hit a car.
Not the biggest fan of the gauge cluster, if I'm being honest. It isn't the easiest and most intuitive to read. I do prefer the more traditional analog style, but maybe I'm just being an old man.
Lovely. Perfect. Well done. Good job.
Can I get less talking, please?
Sure.
What a capable vehicle. The power, the pickup, this vehicle just... I wish that we had the previous M2 or M2 comp to compare, but this thing just flies, and it's handling its weight. It's very heavy. We're looking right around 3,800 pounds, approaching the M4 levels of weight, and even proportion-wise, it's 4 inches longer than the previous gen, and it is now only 4 inches shorter than the current M4. But the way this thing handles, very impressive. It's very easy to drive this car hard, very approachable actually. ZF Autos tuned so brilliantly by BMW. Nice sharp turn-in. Oh, such a well-balanced vehicle. It's not as brash as the previous gen, but granted, you know, we're not pushing this car to 10 tenths, so I'm not quite exploring the limits in terms of throttle oversteer, and it's just such a well-balanced vehicle, and the way that it's handling its weight, it's still, you know, you can feel the heft, but it dances around and handles in a way that makes you think it's a little bit lighter than 3,800 pounds. BMW has really knocked it out of the park. Such an impressive vehicle. I do wish I had a little bit more steering input. That's a common complaint I have with modern era BMWs. But the M division, in terms of the performance, absolutely bonkers, pushing the limits of physics. That S58 engine is pure magic. It's detuned from the M4, but even still, it pulls so hard. And there you have it, boys and girls. BMW M2 out on track first impressions. We had quite a truncated session today, but hopefully that gave you an idea of the BMW M2 2023. Let me know what you guys think with a comment down below. Much love, my friends. See you all in the next one.